Someone said, how do we get people to come back to church? Post-COVID issues and a lot of disconnected people.
Most churches, I think, have taken a bit of a hit through the pandemic. Even my church, we were doing well for the first couple of years of the pandemic, but I think people just got tired. But when I think about those people who aren't there, a lot of them are actually still dealing with sickness, or they're still a bit worried about COVID, or their lives are really busy. And I think there's a lot of churches still trying to do the same stuff they were doing before. We live in a noisy, busy world, and often our churches are trying to cut through by being more noisy and more busy, just trying to get more of people's lives, rather than going, what does it mean for us to be the place where people come and they just feel like they had a chance to breathe?
Anecdotally, I've noticed, because a lot of people stopped going to church for a long time, right? Because you couldn't.
Yeah.
You couldn't meet in large numbers, there's lockdowns, all that sort of stuff. And I think for some people who were maybe extending themselves too far in terms of their service to their church or involvement, right? Which is a good thing, to be involved in your church community and all that kind of stuff, but to a point where it was almost detrimental to themselves. And then when they were forced to take this break away from it, actually maybe kind of enjoyed that and were like, oh, wait. And then when it all started up again, we're kind of like, I don't know if I actually want to go back to what I was doing, or expressing their faith in that exact way that they kind of had found themselves caught up in.
Yeah, and there's a lot of movement going on at the moment too. For some people, they haven't left the faith; they're just taking stock and reevaluating. But I also want to offer an encouragement to church leaders, and I have to tell myself this regularly as well. Remember the gift of the people that are sitting with you. Anytime someone decides to participate in our communities, those people are a gift. No matter how many are there, each and every person is a gift.
I mean, people are used to the online presence now, but you don't get that connectivity as physically going and attending church. Would you agree?
Yeah, and so I would say as churches too, we need to question how much effort we sink into the online stuff, because church is an embodied experience with other people. So if you're sinking a whole lot of resource into providing this flash online thing that people can just enjoy lying in their bed, which is kind of cool for a moment, or if you are sick, but we're teaching people that church is this entertainment thing that you get to consume, rather than an embodied experience with other people.